Nobody here in Delaware has it.
Uh-huh.
The guy in Texas had it. He was getting ready to ship it and busted it. Well, give me my money back, asshole.
You tripping, sure.
I cussed him out up and down. He said, well, okay, woman, you're mean, so I'm going to give you your money back. Yes, I did. He had to block me.
Oh, yeah?
So I said, okay, I'll fix his ass. I dial *67. I get hold of him.
Stars.
My money. Oh, you're that woman in Delaware, aren't you? Yes, I am, and I want my money.
Oh, man.
I get it. I said, oh, God, now this chick's going to bounce. Thank God it didn't. It's in my bank now. I got another guy saying he got one for $120.
Yeah?
Want BMO, chiming. I don't know nothing about that. Give you a money order so I can cuss you out, too.
You're funny. You're a trip. Take care, Mom.
Everybody says that about me, I know, but I'm real.
Oh, yeah? Keep it real? There you go. As long as you keep it real.
Yep, have a good one.
All right, you too. Huh? I'm out of here, yeah.
Lucky you, I gotta come for therapy in here.
Oh, okay.
I got nerve damage in my arm.
Oh,
I
yeah?
had surgery, and my arm is still numb.
Oh, wow. All right, well, work hard.
Yeah, we're far with these old people, huh? Have a good one.
All right. Yo, 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 what's going on, y'all? It's your boy, One Physical Therapist Assistant. Yo, I hope everybody is doing okay on this beautiful, beautiful day. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Oh, they teaching me a lot today. Hey, y'all gonna have to bear with me. I'm trying out a new microphone. This is the DJI Mic Mini. Just got it not too long ago. I'm a big fan of these little microphones. Big fan of them. Remember I said another thing what I want to do with my YouTube channel. I want to encourage y'all, man, to start YouTube channels. Start them. Start your YouTube channels if you're thinking about doing one. I got a couple friends that watch the channel, and I'm encouraging y'all to start y'all channels. You know, even if you don't start a channel, start documenting your journey through this thing called life. Start documenting your journey. One thing I learned about the elderly, one thing I learned from them is, I'm not gonna say they all wish they would have documented their journey, but they like to relive their lives. They like to go back. They like to go back and think about times they had. Now, this is part of the topic of today. But anyway, yeah, DJI Mic Mini, y'all. This is how it looks. Tiny little microphone. Tiny little microphone. Oh, this one turned on. Let me turn it off. I only want to use one. But tiny little microphone. That's how it looks. Very small. Has a little magnet in the back that it can clip to your shirt, which is how I'm using this one. Very small. I like it. So that's my fingertip. It's about as size of my fingertip. That's how tiny it is. You feel me? That's why I got this. So I'm testing it out. Let me know if it sounds okay. Hope the audio sounds good. One thing about YouTube channels, you start your channel, make sure you got good audio. That's one of the biggest lessons I learned with YouTube. Make sure you have good audio. It's better than your videos. It's always better to have better audio than really good video. So you can have a really spectacular camera and the picture looks great, but if people can't hear you clearly, it's going to be a problem. This is what I normally use. So I always use the regular DJI mic. It's called the Mic 2. So this is how that one used, but it's a little bit bigger. It's a little bit bigger than the Mic Mini. So I usually use these for my videos, but I wanted to try the Mic Mini out. Let me show you how they look side by side. Just the cases. This is how they look side by side. So Mic Mini, DJI Mic 2. Both of them great microphones. This one you can plug in a lavalier mic, and it also has onboard storage that you can like use it as a little recorder. Like you can record your audio to it. It has 32-bit float, not to go too deep into microphones, but this is top notch. This is like more mini when you just need to hook something to your shirt and use it. All right. Let me show y'all side by side how they look. In case y'all interested, in case y'all been thinking about them. But this is how they look side by side. Oh crap, it came on again. So this is about how they look side by side as far as the size goes. Okay, so I bought this one because it's really small. I mean, this is small, but this one is tiny. So I'm testing it out. So I hope the audio sounds good, y'all. But I'm gonna also show y'all a couple more mics that I like to use. There was one I recommended to my friend. This is called the Hollyland Lark M2. This is another really good microphone. This one is a small one. It comes out, tiny little microphone, hooks right to your shirt or your collar or whatever, and it's a magnet. It uses magnets, so the magnet goes on one side, this goes on the outside of your shirt. Very good microphone. It has this little case that can charge it up. It has two transmitters and a receiver in there. So this is a really good microphone, the Hollyland Lark M2. And I got another one that I wanted to show y'all. As y'all can see, y'all see my problem? This one, I think this might be the tiniest microphone you can find right now. This is the Boya, I think it's called the Boya Mini Link or something like that. All of these microphones, I'm gonna leave a link down in the description. It's an Amazon affiliate link, so I might get a small commission if you order something. But this is the Boya Mini Link, okay? This one is tiny, tiny. Look how small they are. Look, I'm gonna show y'all. Look how tiny they are. I use these like in a pinch. Yeah, I use these in a pinch. And the receiver, the tiny little receiver. So this can go into your phone. This is USB-C, so it can go right into your phone, and comes with two little mini mics that are really actually pretty cool. I use these when I'm in a pinch. So yeah, I'm really feeling the mini mic game going on right now. And there's so many different kinds that you can get right now. I recommend all of them. I definitely recommend this one. This is a good one. But the Mic Mini, it seemed like it might be cool. That's how they are compared in size. So this one is really, really small. This is small. This is tiny, tiny. Let me just show you my fingertip. So it's probably the size of my fingertip. And this thing, it doesn't come with magnets, but it comes with a little clip. You can just clip it to you. I think it's meant to be like clipped right to your little collar. So little mini mics. As y'all can see, I like camera accessories. That's my problem, yes. When I make these videos, I told y'all when I make these videos about simplifying your life, it's not just for you. It's not just for you, it's for me too, because, you know, we have our hobbies, you know, boys and our toys. We like our little things. I've been through my phases, and now I'm going through a camera phase, but I'm trying to keep it simple. I like to buy the small stuff. I like to buy the small accessories, the little mini accessories. I don't like to buy big, dumb cameras and gimbals and all of that crazy stuff. But the little small, cool accessories like that, oh, I love them. I love them. I love them. I'm gonna leave a link to all of those microphones. They're all pretty good. You can use them with your phones, with your camera, with your action camera, with the DJI Pocket 3. But the DJI mics, they connect so seamlessly with the DJI cameras, the action cameras, and this DJI Osmo Pocket 3. That's why I love them. Oh, the connection is just like, as soon as you turn it on, it just automatically connects to your camera. That's what I love about the DJI mics. The other ones, you got to hook them up. You got to connect them to your cameras, but they're good too. Woo. But now that I got that out the way, now y'all see my problem. Remember I tell y'all about the hoarders and the stuff? I have to keep making videos about that kind of stuff because I have a small little problem myself. I like gear. I like camera gear. So that's my problem, y'all. I'm openly admitting my problem. So help me not to collect too much gear. I don't got that much. I got a little collection. I don't got that much. Oh man. But anyway, y'all, today is a good lesson. Today is a good lesson. Y'all had a lady today who she said, she made a good metaphor. She said they keep you like a mushroom in here. I said, what? She said in a nursing home, she's kind of new. And she said, they keep you like a mushroom in here. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, because think about it. A mushroom, it gets fed, but it also gets kept in the dark. I said, what do you mean? She said, it gets fed, but it gets kept in the dark. She said that she's being kept in the dark about everything going on in the nursing home. And I said, oh, I'm sorry you feel that way. So I tried to give her some comfort, but that's the first time I ever heard anybody say it's like being a mushroom in here. That's what she said. But she's a cool lady. Oh man, hey yo, hear me out. So did anybody inform you that your world will probably change? Anybody tell you that throughout the course of life, that your world will change? Okay, I'll give you an example of myself. My world has changed. I live in the state of Delaware. I've been here over, I don't know, how many years? I think I'm pushing 20. I don't know. I always forget how many years. My wife is very, very accurate with the dates. But do you know that before I came to Delaware, I lived in a totally different world. I lived in a totally different world in Baltimore City. Let me see if I can find some pictures to help y'all understand what my world kind of looked like. If I find some pictures, I'll put them up. My world looked a little bit more like this. My world looked a little bit more like this. And my world does not look like this anymore now that I live in the state of Delaware, okay? My world looks totally different. The friends I've made in the state of Delaware have no idea what my world looked like when I was living in Baltimore City. They have no idea. Sometimes I try to explain it to them, and it's like they can't grasp it. They can't understand it. And I understand it's two totally different worlds. But I've gotten used to this world. I'm in this world now. But I do remember my old world. Well, do you know when you get older and older and older, your worlds can change again? And sometimes they can change without your control, against your control, okay? I'm gonna give you a couple examples, all right? So recently I met a lady who is like go, 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 always on the move. She's had a lot of injuries because of this nature, but this is just how she is. She can't help it. She can't stop it. It's just in her nature to be always doing something, always cleaning, cooking, doing something for other people. And it's led to some mishaps. Let's just say that. This lady in her previous life was a restaurant manager, a general manager of a restaurant. Shout out to my baby. Shout out to my wife. That's what she does. And as a general manager of a restaurant, I guess things run a certain way for you. Things go a certain way. You get used to a certain system, and it's probably part of the system that you created. So when you get thrust into a different world, and that world doesn't run like the world you used to have, sometimes it's hard to deal with, because now she's thrust into this new world, the nursing home world. Doesn't want to be in that world, but she's having a hard time adjusting to this new world because it doesn't operate the way she used to operate, the way she is used to her world operating. You feel me? Do you understand what I'm saying? So sometimes your whole world can change, and it's not always easy to deal with. That's one example. The other example is the example I probably want to talk about a little bit more in depth. All right. Friend of mine, he had a high position in the government, okay? He's actually telling me a story today about Ronald Reagan. He used to have dealings with the president of the United States, Ronald Reagan. He had a high position in the government, all right? He said Ronald Reagan was a cool guy. He said Ronald Reagan would start his meetings off with a joke, and he would always end them with a joke. He said Ronald Reagan is the type of person, like if you're in a room with them, like he said, if there's a room full of people, and you know that room full of people is like watching you, like side-eyeing you, watching your moves and what you're doing. But he said most people in a room like that would like also be side-eyeing, also be, watching people out the corner of their eyes, watching what people are doing, because everybody's looking at you. And he said most people will be like that. He said Ronald Reagan was different. He said if you're having a conversation with Ronald Reagan, it was like you were the only person in the room, even if there was a room full of people. He said he really liked that about Ronald Reagan. He said he would just focus on you and what he was talking about with you. He wouldn't be like looking at the door, looking at who's coming, looking at, who's next to him. He would focus on you, which is a good quality. And he said he also, he just kept going on and on about Ronald Reagan. So I'm telling y'all about Ronald Reagan in case y'all are Ronald Reagan fans. But he said that Ronald Reagan was one of the few presidents that he knew of that hardly ever claimed to know everything. Like he was serious about the things he didn't know. And you know what he said is interesting? What he said is very interesting. He was like, when you're like an official or a military, high-ranking military officer or a high official in your position, he was like, and you get thrust into the government, Washington, he said, you would be very surprised. Well, I don't think people will be surprised. I really don't. He said you would be surprised at the people in high positions of government that don't know basic stuff. He said with his position, he had to be trained, he had to do a lot of reading, go through a lot of school, you know, have all this training and skill. And he would sometimes be in rooms with people who had high positions, like positions that outranked him, or in government, politicians. He said they would be in these positions, but they would not have a clue of serious things going on. I just laugh because this is probably kind of how we all think government is run. He said it's shocking. He said it's shocking. He said a lot of these people have been in positions for decades, have no clue of simple things going on, don't know about basic things that the average person should know. He said there are a lot of politicians that just don't know. I don't know if it has to do with being out of touch. I don't know. But he had me cracking up when he was talking about that. But anyway, this is another example of a person's world being changed. Now, mind you, I'm meeting him in a nursing home, okay? The food is crap. He has to eat food that looks like this. He has to eat food that looks like this, okay? He complains about the food all the time. He said he doesn't understand how you can have mass, you have to cook for a large group of people, right? And it can come out this poorly. He said it doesn't normally run like this in places that feed large amounts of people. Think places like colleges and, conferences and things like that, and the government. He said he doesn't understand how it can be so bad in a place like this. And I try to explain that, when you come to a nursing home, certain diets I couldn't talk him down off of that. But anyway, this is a man who, has to eat food that look like that. But he tells me stories of cocktail parties and lavish fancy dinners because he was a high-ranking person in the government. Lavish dinners with all this fancy food. This was a normal thing to him. This was his world. Okay? And he was just used to these things. All right? He was used to certain things run a certain way, systems and chain of command and ranks and things operating on a certain level of organization and communication. And he is so frustrated. And he's probably the reason I'm making this video, because he said this to me. He said, it's like I'm in a different world. He says, I don't even understand this world. And he's telling me the things that he used to do. And it sounds like, like I said, he had a high rank in the government. So you can imagine some of the elbows he rubbed. He was telling me about some of the elbows he rubbed back in the day. And I'm thinking about, his situation, and he's been thrust into my world, and it's kind of been, I'm not gonna say against his will, but it's not a world that he expected to go into. It's not a world that he signed up for to come into, but he is in this world now. So that's what I want to talk about in this video, yo. Your world probably will change at some point. I don't think we think that much about it. With me personally, I know my world will change. My world has already changed, and I'm like in this new world in the state of Delaware, and I've adjusted to it. I think I've adjusted pretty good, but it is a totally different world than the world that I remember. Feel what I'm saying? And I also know that my world will change again. I am looking forward to my world changing again. I am going to change my world again. You feel what I'm saying? My world looks like this now. This is how my world looks. And this is a good world. I have no complaints about this world. This is how my world looks, And this is a good world, moving from the city of Baltimore to the state of Delaware. It's been a good world so far. I got many complaints. I mean, we can all complain about something, but I don't have many complaints. I signed up for this world. I didn't know it was going to be like this, but I did. Yes, I signed up for this world. But I'm also planning on changing my world again? I plan on my world looking a little bit more like this. This is the world that I choose to want to be in at some point in the future. I want to be in a world more like this because I've gotten away from this type of world, but I want to experience this type of world again. You know, not necessarily on the Northeast Baltimore vibe, but a world with a little bit more going on, a world that, you know, people, you know, get to know each other, a world where there's like a better culture, a world where there's a culture of community, a world that I don't have to drive no more, a world that's, you know, not as hectic, not as hustle and bustle, but still has a good vibe. You feel me? That's the world I'm looking forward to. Let me know in the comments, and I'll leave it open for discussion. Let me know if your world has changed at some point. Let me know if you're planning on changing your world. I really want to know. I want to know your thoughts. Let me know if you're planning on changing your world. Let me know if your world got changed. I'm not going to say against your will. I'm saying if your world was changed without you having much say in it. I'll say that because that's what a lot of my patients go through. Their worlds get drastically changed without them, you know, having much control over it. And sometimes it can be frustrating for them. It can be frustrating for them. And I understand the frustration. I empathize with them, especially my man. Like I said, he's just like frustrated that he doesn't understand this new world, and this new world doesn't operate like his old world. Same with the young lady. Whew. So it's an interesting lesson, man. It's a lesson that shows me, like I said, your world will change at some point. I'm looking forward to mine changing. And then after that change, if I keep living, it'll probably change again. But, you know, I understand that that's coming. I understand that the world will change for you. Let me know if you're looking forward to your world changing. You know, is that something you're looking forward to? Or is it something that you think is coming that you're not looking forward to? Feel me? Let me know, y'all. I'm curious. Please share your thoughts. I appreciate your comments. I look forward to reading them. I really do. Whew. So, y'all, that's my lesson for today, y'all. Just understand and try to accept that your world will change. It will change. But that's it, y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming through. It's your boy, One Physical Therapist Assistant. I am hungry. I'm ready to go get me some ramen, y'all. Y'all like ramen? Let me know if you like ramen. This ramen spot I haven't tried yet. I'm gonna give them a try. In the meantime, make sure y'all do the right thing, y'all. Be safe, respect your elders. Always try to do good deeds and help people out whenever you get a chance. And I will holler at y'all in the next video.